other side. We'll meet into class now. Easy. Today we'll be using two blocks, two blankets, a strap, and that's it. For those who haven't been here before, hi, my name is Eric. I'm going to be guiding you to this 90-minute yoga class here at Bar Yoga Center. You can sit on the folded blanket here. Just have it on the edges behind the sitting bones, like so. Just cornered like this. And if your knees are just kind of like not touching the floor, they don't have to, but to support them and have a nice feeling, you can get two blocks and have them bend like this. You can also sit on a bolster. It helps you to have your torso lifted. And here start just noticing your breath. You can take this opportunity to close your eyes. Start feeling the breath coming in through your nose. Take long inhalations here. And then long exhalations. Feel whatever it's touching the floor from your sitting bones. Feel your legs. Naturally with gravity falling down. Take this moment to leave everything that happened today to you outside this video. Feel the air is pushing your belly out. Inhalation. You can relax your shoulders a little bit more. See if you can tuck your chin slightly into the back of your head. We're not forcing anything today. We're only doing what feels good. And we'll take this opportunity to go inwards. We'll be doing some poses that challenge you physically, your balance, your breath. Today we'll focus on the breath, on your own breath. And if the neighbor is doing something completely different from what you're doing, don't feel the pressure of copying doing it. We're going to take an inhalation in here, put your hands into the heart center. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. One more time, inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. And exhale, put the thumb forward. Thank you all for coming, and you guys fought the storm to come here today. That's great. Switch your legs. Give if you have the opposite side, as we always do the same all the time. So now that you hear whoever hasn't been here before, I already introduced myself, but there's a kitchen behind me you can use during any time during the class. You can get some clean water, and next to the kitchen there's some toilets that you can use during any time. In front of your mat there is a card that it's on red, no thanks, which means that you want to have your own space during this time of the practice. Um, if you flip it to green, which is yes, thanks, that means you're allowing me to come to your mat during the practice, either giving you a verbal adjustment or physical, where I think it's best, or it's just a suggestion that you might be able to take or not. And it's something you can change anytime. Today's objective of the class will be having a lot of heart opening poses. For example, personally myself, I work in a place where I'm always doing this. So it sort of makes me feel like I'm hiding myself, and putting myself in this little concentration part of my ritual of the day, my daily routine. So today we will encourage the body to open up, to bring more attention to the heart center, to the heart chakra, which allows us to give love and receive it. Also, we'll be giving attention to the heart, the lungs, and the thymus, the gland, which is something very important to release hormones for our immune system and fight diseases in our bodies. So now that we're here, let's get into a tabletop position. Remove all props to the side. We'll be doing that eventually, but for now, we're just getting ourselves into a tabletop position. You can place a blanket under your knees, and here you have any sensitivity under the knees. Notice your knees are right under your hips. Place your hands on the ground. You want to have your hands right under your shoulders and your back toes pressing down. Notice your fingers are widely spread. We're going to activate our hands in here. You're going to start pressing down in here. It's like you're sucking the ground with your hands, pressing down evenly. Well, actually, get back to your heels for a moment. So we're gonna start moving our wrists in here. So bringing some lubrication on your wrists. And start moving with control here, slowing down the circles. If you can't sit on your heels and it feels like a bit tiring on the hips, you can sit on the bolster. Grab the bolster and place it under your hips like this. And so circles with your hands, maybe start moving the opposite direction here. Some love. That's the place your hands on your shoulders and we can start making some circles in here. You're going to start inhaling, making some either small or round circles. You're making circles with your elbows. You make smaller circles in here. You can start making fluid movements. Think of the element of water. Now maybe the opposite direction in here. Activate your Ujjayi breath using your practice. So the Ujjayi breath, it's a pranayama practice that if you're using your practice, you can go ahead and do it. If you don't know what it is, I will explain to you now. We're going to inhale through our nose. This is a practice that if you start feeling any tension on your chest and your forehead, any blockage emotionally, or you're feeling dizzy, you can release the practice and get back to your natural breath. So in here, you're gonna inhale through your nose. and exhale through the mouth. So you're contracting your throat and allowing the breath to come out. Next time, inhale through your nose, you're contracting your throat. Place your right hand in front of you and exhale through your mouth. Time. So think about like fogging a mirror in front of you. You can release your hand on your leg. Now inhale through your nose. We'll do the exhalation again, but this time our mouth is going to be closed. Inhale. And then exhale. So this is a powerful pranayama practice that you can do during any time that we're doing the movements in the assignments that we're going to be doing. And if it doesn't feel right with you at the moment, you can just go back to your natural breath. Okay, so now we can start bringing some blood into our forearms in here before getting into tabletop position. We're going to put our hands to the front, and we can start opening and closing the fingers here, bringing some blood into our hands. To the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To the front, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fast, 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 fast. It's like you're throwing away water from your hands. Flinking water. 1 to the top. Inhale, reach up, anchor down with your shoulders, and exhale, open up the arms for cactus arms in here. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, open up the arms with control and slow. And see if you can relax the shoulders and the elbows away. One more time, inhale. And exhale, twist towards the right. Send the right hand behind you and the left hand resting on the thigh. Bend into the spine. Send your navel towards your spine. Lengthen through the head. Exhale, breathe. Start looking towards the right side of your shoulder. Send your hands out to the sky. And exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, send the navel towards your spine. The navel will be anything that is around your belly button. And exhale, stay on the pose or twist. Inhale, send your hands out to the sky. Exhale, find yourself in tabletop position. Exhale, now grab it, please. Tabletop position here. So now that we've brought some blood into the forearms and the wrists, we'll be able to do the hasta bandha, which is spreading your fingers evenly here. Inhale, opening up the chest, bending on the elbows, looking up for the back. Exhale, push the floor with your hands and tucking your tailbone, hiding your heart. Inhale, open up the heart in here. Cow. Do a couple of those on your own. Keeping the micro bend on your elbows here. You want to have your hands shoulder width apart and your knees hip width apart. Now you swing your hips left and right. Really think about the element of water. This is your practice in here. But press with every part of your hand onto the ground. Breathe out. Breathe in. Okay. Push. Inhale. Find a neutral position here. Exhale, send the right foot back. Again, if you have any sensitivities on the knees, you can put a folded blanket under it. Then the feet, then the foot from the back, toes pointing down, square the hips. Inhale, send the left hand forward and extend for balance in here. Breathe. Exhale, send the elbow towards the knee. Tiger curls. Inhale with control. Reach forward and back at the same time. Square the shoulders, square the hips. Exhale, knee to elbow. One more time. Inhale with control. Activate the core. The next, so reach with your left hand back. The ankle. Grab it. Nothing fancy here. Just like shoulder opener. Notice your breath. Are you breathing in? Are you breathing out? Release the back foot down to the ground, knee to the floor. Swing your hips left and right. Feel the difference here. Good job, everyone. Now we'll do the opposite, okay? Send your left foot back this time. If you have any sensitivity on the wrist, you can always bend the mat like so and rest the heels of your palm to support your hands a little bit more. Send the right hand forward. Breathe. Exhale. Elbow to knee. Curve your back. Inhale. Reach forward and back. Exhale. Knee to elbow. Inhale. Reach forward and back. Exhale. With your hand, reach back to your ankle. Another way to kind of help you stabilize yourself is like you're kicking away with your foot and your hand is holding it. So that would give you a bit of a, stability. Also maybe a drift point, something that isn't moving. Focus on the breath. Exhale, release your hands down. Forward. Extend. Sit on your heels in here. You want to have your big toes touching and your knees wide apart. Big toes touching, knees wide apart for your torso to fall in. Inhale, sit on your heels. This is one option. Inhale, lifting through the spine. Exhale, walk your hands forward enough to release your torso on the ground. You can have a block in here and rest your forward head and extend your hands forward. Relax the elbows on the ground for Adho Mukha Virasana. Now we're facing Euro. This is a great pose that you can take during the practice to take a break from all these poses. Breathe in. Breathe out. You can stay here as one of the options. Another option would be to have a side stretch. Inhale to prepare. Next, let's start walking your hands towards the right side for a side stretch. Start walking with your fingers. Rest your left hand above your right in here. Nothing fancy, we're just stretching slowly with control. Maybe you can go back to your Ujjayi breath in here. Or not, just focus on your breath as well. This is perfectly fine. Breathe. And you start doing your contractions on your throat to feel the air coming in. It's called Ujjayi breath, the ocean breath or victorious breath. Ocean breath because it sounds like the waves of the ocean just coming towards the shore. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, get yourself to the middle of the mat. Inhale, stay there. Exhale, stay there. And inhale, turn towards your left side this time. You see, you can place your right hand above your left hand, just resting. See what's calling your attention. Now to prepare, and exhale, find yourself to the middle of the mat. Remove any bolster or any glove that is on your way at this moment. Inhale, find yourself in tabletop position. Place your hand one handstand forward and release your torso with control, elbows in to find the ground with your chest. One hand's up on top of the other one here. Elbows bend. One hand on top of the other one. Rest your forehead for crocodile pose. This is a great pulse motion for rest. Swing your hips left and right in the softly. Now we do a few of the back bends today in this part. First one will be Bhujangasana. We'll be doing this together. So press the top of your feet down to the floor so much that it's activating your knees to lift. Press with your pelvic bone to the ground. Hands right next to your shoulders, elbows in. Inhale and exhale. When you exhale, open up the chest, chin towards your chest. Pressing with the top of your feet down, activating your legs, and your hands are slightly touching forward. Breathe. This is a great introduction for back bends. Exhale, release down, one hand above the other one. Forehead on top of your hands, swing your hips left and right. Now we're gonna do the next one. Either you want to do the same Bhujangasana or you want to do locust pose. Find yourself in the middle again. Inhale to prepare. And with the exhalation, you will press with your pelvic bone to the ground, hands to the side. Exhale, lift your legs, your arms back. You're reaching back, your chin is tucked in. You're pressing your pelvic bone down to the ground. Breathe. You're looking towards the floor, allowing you to have a nice leg into the back of your neck, all the way towards your pinky toes. Breathing here. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale with control. Down to the ground. And on top of the other one. You can have one cheek to the floor and your hands to the side. Swing your hips left and right. You can stay here for the next option. You can do another back bend. Listen to your body. Say that yoga is like a buffet just because everything is available doesn't mean you can't eat everything. So pick whatever suits you best. Another option here would be either Bhujangasana, when you're pressing down, locust pose, or you can come with me by pressing with the top of your feet, elbows together, shoulders back. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift, push the ground away, keeping the micro bend on your elbows. You're opening up the chest, shoulders back. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upwards facing dog. And to release, or you can stay here for another 5 minutes. Elbows, bend the elbows, and relax all the way down to the ground. Crocodile pose, one hand above the other one. Swing your hips, massage your hips on the ground in the air. Take long inhalations and long exhalations. Right. Let's get from the floor now. Push the ground away. Find yourself in tabletop position. Tuck your toes in and send your hips back towards your heels. Start lifting up your sitting bones and find yourself in your first Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Breathing here. What are we doing here? We're keeping the bend on the knees in here, letting through your back. Press with your fingers widely open, pressing the ground. If you want to have a break from this, you can drop the knees down to the ground. Find yourself in child's pose. Take an inhalation. Yeah, so as you start walking your dog, paddling your feet up and down. Breathing here. They said this is also a great pose to rest. I don't believe it. And if you want a bit of a stretch, you can step your feet 1 foot forward, both of your feet, one step foot forward, like so. Just shorten your stance basically between your feet and your hands. And then with your right hand, go under and grab the outside of your left ankle. Look towards your armpit or look down, something that is comfortable here for a stretch. Breathe. I love this one. It's really good of a stretch and a twist. If you need a break, release the knees to the floor. We're not here to suffer. Exhale, find yourself back to the center. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, twist to the other side. Grab the other side of the ankle. Breathe. See if you can square the hips. Inhale to prepare. Release the hand. Find both of your hands on the feet. Both one step back from both of your feet. Put yourself again into your regular downward facing dog. For one moment here. Place your feet together. Send your right hand up to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee towards the chest, to the belly, towards the chest, towards your nose, and step it in between your hands. Notice like in myself, I can't reach on the step in here, so I grab the foot and place it in between my hands, release the back foot down. An option here is to grab your blocks. Grab your blocks and find yourself here. Breathe. You can stay here. You can start like swinging your hips back and forward, just slightly. Keep making some space in the hips. Breathe. Second option will be sending your hands up to the sky. You can stay in the first option. We're not competing, okay? So breathing here, you're lifting out the chest. You're anchoring down with your shoulders. Look up if your neck allows it. Second option. Third option here. Grab with the outside, but grab your hand on the outside of your thigh. Yeah. So your left hand is going around above the leg, bend the elbow and place it on the outside. How's that for a twist? Breathe. You can stay here. You put your hands together in hearts. Let's praying pose. If this is too much, if you're struggling, just go back to the other option. If this is also too much, just grab the block, stay here. Working hip openings and closing. And release your hands to the floor with control. Tuck your back toes in. Bring the front foot. Lift the knee. Send with control the foot back. Lift it out. Send it to the floor. And pedal your feet. Now I'm going to do the opposite direction. Send the other foot up. Yeah, the left one. Knee towards your chest. Towards your chin. Towards your nose. Step down. Release the back. Down to the ground. Same options here. Find the blocks if you need to. Grab the blocks if you need to. You can stay here, opening up the hips. You can send your hands out to the sky. Breathe. You can stay on this part, or you can also, with your left hand, grab the outside thigh and twist. You're using as a leverage here. Place the elbow on top of the thigh. Put the other hand in pray pose here. Use it as a leverage. Breathe. And we are up to the challenge. Do what Ken's doing here by tucking in your back toes and lifting up the back knee. Or you can stay where you are. I'm scaring you, so you can use your hands as leverage. Just come and squeeze a little bit more. Or you can stay where you are. You can tuck the back toes and lift. Send your hands up to the sky. Place your hands on the ground. Tuck in your back toes. Bring the front foot. Lift the foot back and stretch. Find yourself down facing dog. Walk, step, hop to the front of the mat whenever you're ready. Inhale halfway up, exhale, release down, and then slowly, with control, articulate vertebrae by vertebrae. Your head's going to be the last thing going up, and find yourself to the front of the mat. Tadasana, mountain pose. take this moment to notice a difference from how you felt at the beginning of the class until now. Take any sweater. If you need to take your sweater off, if it's too hot, you can let me know. I can put the fan on. Have your toes spread out. You can have your feet hip width apart. You can have them together. Keeping the micro bend on extending legs. Tuck your chin, just your chin slightly in. Activate the rib cage sending towards the chest. Have your fingers spread out. Relax your shoulders. You can close your eyes if you need to. Breathe. Mountain pose. You just relax to your natural breath. You can also try Ujjayi breath by contracting the back of your throat with inhalation here and with air coming in. Exhalation, your breath coming out through your nose. Now we move to you can open your eyes when you're ready. We'll move into one round of Surya Namaskar. And so all the poses in Surya Namaskar are some poses that will take us up, will take us down. All these poses you've done it already. Now we'll just use, we'll do two. So let's begin. In front of the mat, you want to inhale, send your hands up to the sky. Look up if your neck allows it. Exhale, release down with your knees bent. Inhale halfway up. You can have your hands on your chin. Straighten your back in here. Exhale, bring the feet. Step back. Knees down. Inhale, opening up the chest. Exhale, step foot back. With the same exhalation, you're going down to the ground. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. Exhale, knees to the ground, tuck your back toes in. Downward squeezing, go. Inhale, send your right foot up to the sky. Exhale, between your hands, step. Drop the knee. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, step the left to meet the right. And inhale with control. Articulate your vertebrae to come back up. Out to the sky. Exhale, hands down. One more time. Inhale, send your hands up to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees all the way down to the ground. Inhale, halfway up. Step your left side this time. Drop the knee. Same exhalation. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, send the right to meet the left. All the way down to the ground with the same exhalation. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. Exhale, knees on the ground, tuck your chin, tuck your toes in, lift up your hips, downward squeezing going. Inhale, send the left foot up to the sky. Exhale, in between your hands, release the back knee. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, send your right to meet your left. Inhale with control, articulate vertebrae by vertebrae. Send your hands up to the sky. And exhale, send the hands down. Very nice. I feel like now we're warm up. I think so. So in here we're going to do 3 rounds of Utkatasana. You want to have your feet close together or hip width apart. First option, sort of sit down like you're sitting down in an imaginary chair. Bend the knees. Squeeze your ankles together, your knees together. Sit. You're activating your hamstrings, your quads. You can have your hands on your chest like so if your shoulders are tired. Utkatasana chair pose. Breathe in, activate the core. Another way to help you with the compressing. You can put a block between your legs and squeeze the block. That's what we're trying to do. Exhale, send your hands up to the left and left. First round. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bend the knees. Sit on your imaginary chair. You can send your hands up to the sky. You want to have your feet together, knees together if you're good. The feet together, your knees have to be together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stay. We'll be here for 10 minutes. And exhale, straight up. Nice. Feeling the legs fire now? One more time. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can sit a little bit lower. See if you can sit a little bit lower. Place your hands on your hips. Rise up with your right leg towards your chest. Exhale. Step it back about a leg and a half back. You want to have your feet like they are in a rail trail. Straight legs for a moment. The back foot, you still have the heel rising up. Square the hips. Exhale, bend the front knee. You want to have the knee above the ankle. Stay here. Press and lunge. Breathe. You can always drop the back knee down if this is too much for your leg already. You don't have to do everything. If you're in here, work and draw in the energy between your back foot and the front foot. Work and activating your buttocks, your core, relaxing the shoulders down. Breathe. You can inhale, send the hands up to the sky. Exhale, stay for the breath. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, start hinging from your hips with control. Send the hands down and back for arrowhead. Squeeze the buttocks, squeeze. Bring the draws of the feet together, the energy. Send your hands up to the sky. Breathe, open up the heart, bring the love in. Exhale, one more time, back. Inhale, open up. Exhale down and send the right hand down to the ground and twist. Breathe. You can use a block in here if your torso is collapsing. Inhale. Exhale, send the left hand down to the ground. Switch your back foot for the toes to point towards your right. And then reach up with your right hand. For an upward twist. Bend the front knee. Think about the legs are still in warrior two. Send the right hand towards your hip. Send the left hand forward, straight line, and up. Lift your torso. Straighten the first leg for a moment here. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Send the front knee above the ankle. Put your hands on your hips for a moment. Check on your stance. The back foot is pointing towards your right. You want to have the front knee above the ankle here. Your back heel can fall forward if it needs to. Inhale to prepare, send your hands shoulder height. Exhale, relax the shoulders down. Feel like your hands are away from each other as you relax the shoulders down for your Virabhadrasana 2. This is a great pose that brings confidence to you as it opens up the chest, bringing more oxygen and more blood. Exhale, find the ground. Bring the front foot, send the foot back. Release the knees, slow yourself down on the ground for child's pose for a moment here. Take a break. Connect to your breath. Inhale, rise up to your tabletop position. Tuck the toes in, and then get back to downward facing dog. Send the right foot forward. Up again. We press and lunge. Open up to warrior 2. Straighten the leg, hands on the hips, and send the toes towards your front this way. Drop the blocks in here and place it in front of you. So your toes are pointing this way. Drop your blocks and place it in front of you. Both of your toes are pointing towards me. Just go right here. I'll come out there for a moment. We're into this side. We're going back to the left side. So find yourself like this. Keep the microphone on your knees. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, reach from your hips. Find your blocks. Into this. Back. And stay carefully straight back. And breathe. First option, stay here with the blocks and straight back. Second option, remove the blocks and find the ground. Keep a microphone on your knees. Breathing here. Always keep a microphone on your standing legs. Relax the shoulders. To come out of the pose, inhale to prepare, straighten your back. Find the blocks in here. Exhale, stay in the pose. Inhale to prepare, send your hips back, drop your hips, and slowly control send the torso up. Now we'll do the other side of the sequence that we just did, which is on your toes towards your left. There, yeah. So in here we do press and lunge. Separate your feet. Hip width. So I don't think it feels that. Which side do we do? It's the opposite. So this is not the right direction. Is it? Oh, this is good. Yeah, good. We do that in front. Sorry. Yeah. Right. You have to do it right. Yeah. Facing that. That's why my friends are here. Sorry, guys. So your right foot is to the front. Notice your back foot and your front foot are hip width apart. Your back heel is up. See if you can tuck your telephone slightly in and then straighten the back leg and see how that feels. Stay here and breathe, and you can send your hands up to the sky. So you can relax the shoulders down a little bit. Activate your abdominal space, so like stiffening your belly up. One. And so start hitching forward and then send the hips back. For arrowhead, for one. Squeeze your buttocks. Inhale right side of the torso to the top to the sky. Exhale down. Up. Exhale down and place your left hand down to the ground this time and twist. You can drop it back anytime you want to here. You can use it off if you want to. Work on sending the hips back to the ground. If you're looking forward, be looking up, start sending your gaze towards the ground. Switch hands, send your right hand on the inside of your right foot. Back foot is pointing towards your left this time. And rise up for a twist. Notice your front legs. The knee wants to be on top of the ankle here. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, start lifting up your body towards up, hands shoulder height. Warrior two. Hands to your hips. You can stay here and breathe. You want to involve the arms. You can inhale, finger in shoulder height. Exhale, relax the shoulders down. Inhale, send your hands hip. Straighten the leg and send your toes towards the other side. We'll do another round of pulling forward. Kasarita Padottanasana. Find your blocks in here, placing in front of you. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, fall forward. You can micro bend on your legs. Start coming back to your blocks. Inhale, breathing through your spine. Exhale, place your hands on your hips. Inhale, slowly control. Get onto your torso. Pivot your feet together. Find yourself sitting down on the ground. We do three variations of Padottanasana. First option will be from here. You have your feet bent, feet on the ground. Starting back, you have your fingers pointing to the front. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, you can lift your hips up to have your knees bend at 90 degrees. You can have them chin towards your chest, and you have them look at up. So you can relax your neck back. So listen to your body. Breathe. Pushing your hips up. Reverse tabletop. Exhale down, control the knees. You can do another round of this, so you can stand the feet forward Hands right behind your shoulders. The fingers are pointing through the front. Inhale to prepare. And exhale, you can send your toes towards the floor, if it's for a straight line. Same concept, pushing, opening out the heart. Breathe. Exhale down to lean back, grab your legs across your ankles and keep yourself out of the cosmic egg. Now the next one will be camel pose. I'll give you three options. So get yourself on your knees and grab your bolster. You want to have the bolster in between like so. You would call this the rock pose, rock pose, lion pose in here. This is the first option. You want to feel grounded with this bolster. If you have you notice the orange ones are quite softer than the blue ones. So if this is not working for you, we can switch it to the blue one. First option for camel pose, you start sending your hands to the back. Like this. And then start opening up the chest in here, keeping a micro bend in your arms. Breathing through the nose. Your sitting bones are still in the bolster, but you want to have the sensation as your hips are rising up, but your sitting bones are still in the bolster here. Just feel the energy. Energetically, as we're lifting out the hips. Breathe. This is one option of camel pose. And to come out of this, send your chin towards your chest and start walking your hands forward. And you can reset by falling down to child's pose for a moment. Just bringing the energy back down a little bit. And you have to prepare yourself coming back up. You can do another round of this one that you just did. It's more of a gentle way of doing it. Second option would be getting into your knees. You can have a blanket on your knees if you have any sensitivity. Your hips are hip width. This option would be by placing your fingers right behind your back, pointing up. Both of them. Can everybody see me? You're inhaling here, you open up the chest. Sending the hips forward will help you. You sort of want to send them forward, like you're trying to fall forward, but your feet are holding you down to the ground. So you want to send your hips forward. You start lifting up the chest. Breathing in here. Squeeze your body so it can help you out. Exhale, send your buttocks down with control. Feel the difference here. It's really intense of a pose, so if you feel like you can skip it, you can do it. Feel the difference. Now you can do another round of one of those options, or you can do a flowy one that I will show you. And back to your knees. I like to do this one with my toes tucked in. If you have them tucked in, you can help with your hand to make sure that all the toes are touching the floor nicely. You're going to grab with your right hand the ankle. Inhale, lift your hand up to the sky. You're pushing your hips forward. Exhale, roll towards your right side and sit down. Once your hand is on the ground, grab the other ankle. Inhale, lift, send your hand up to the sky like in a circle motion. Exhale, sit down. Inhale, rise up. How's this one, huh? Now that we're here, next next pose is going to be a certification for plank pose. Plank pose, what we're doing here, we're pressing with our hands, but this time we're going to get down to our forearms in here. So how to know if your elbows are spread out nicely? You want to grab your elbows with your hands in here. Now that you have the distance between your elbows, keeping your elbows where they are, you want to put your hands on the floor. And then you can lift up for low plank pose in here. This is great for the abdominals. Breathe. You're sending the heels back to the ground. You're squeezing the buttocks. You can stay here. You can drop to crocodile anytime you want to by releasing the torso down and having your head just resting with your on the top of your palms. Second option would be rising up your hips, looking in between your arms, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down. Or you can just rest down the ground. That's okay. We're going to get a suffer. Rest your palms on top of each other. Swing your hips left and right. You get yourself laying down on your back for bridge pose. Who's excited for bridge pose? I am excited for bridge pose. So from where you are, just find yourself laying down on the ground. You'll have a bolster next to you. I'll give you options here. First option, once all your back is laying down, you want to rise up the hips and get the bolster and have it resting right under your sacrum here. Stay here, nothing fancy. This is a supported bridge pose. Breathe. This is also a great pose to breathe through your belly. And also it helps with asthma as well. So if you have any problems breathing, this is a great pose that helps you breathe through your belly. You can also send your feet up to the sky if you want to for Viparita Karate. Have your knees together. Breathe. Release your legs down to the ground. Now that your feet are on the ground, lift up the hips, remove the bolster, and stay up. Breathe. You can have your hips up, you can have them down, you can do the full variation of bridge pose in the air. See if your legs are falling out away from each other. You want to have your knees together, not full leg together, but sort of like hip width apart at least. Release down in exhalation. Now, for now that you release your hips down to the ground, we can do a twist in here by lifting the hips slightly towards the right and sending the knees towards your left. And start looking towards your right. You can also use a bolster if your legs are not really on the ground. They don't have to be, but we're looking for comfort here. Now, the knees towards the center. Bend the hips towards your left side this time, and then twist towards the other side. Use a bolster if you need to, anything that helps you feel more comfortable. Move your feet back to the center. Have your knees for a moment here. Now we can find yourself sitting down for a moment. You can sit anywhere however you want. You can get yourself seated. You can start sending your feet back and roll on your back. One, roll for two, roll for three, and you're seated. Good job, everyone. All right, so focus on yourself. You'll be sitting down either on a block or a bolster. Actually, a block or a folded blanket in here. Whatever makes you feel more comfortable. I'll sit on the full block. You want to have your feet forward like so. And I'm going to mirror you. So with your right hand, you're going to go under your right leg and grab your left ankle and place it close to you, having the knee right in front of you like so. And then grab your other ankle and place it next to your hips like so. You want to have both of your knees basically stacked above each other. If this is not accessible, don't worry about it. There is an option. You can have the bottom leg in 90 degrees like so. And then the other one on top. And then grab yourself a block and have it in between the gap in here. So we're doing Gomukhasana head pace. So in here, strap. To find your strap, I remember leaving you one next to you. So you can stay here and then have the strap next to you on your left shoulder, your right shoulder actually. Okay. So the first option would be grabbing the strap like this. On the other side so you guys can see. First option here, just grab the strap like so, and then you just let it in press in here. See that gives you any relief to your shoulders and relief. Second option will be sending the hand up and behind your neck like so. And with your right hand, you're going to go up and then hold your elbow. Yeah. This is another option here. Work on releasing the shoulders down, work on activating your abdominals, stacking the shoulders above your hips. Third option will be the full expression where your hand is now. You can release the elbow. You can stay here if you want, but you can release the elbow. Thumb is going to go down and then go under your back. You can grab the strap and stay here. You can try to walk your fingers together enough to pull each other. And once you grasp, you're going to grab both of your hands. The full expression is really intense in the shoulder, so if this is not accessible today, you can release and just hold the strap and work on that. Whenever you're ready, release your hand. Now we're going to be switching our sides. One way to do it is just to bring back and switch the legs. Or the funky way, yeah, let's just do it. We'll hit it. There we go. So find the variation here. Feet next to each other means one above the other one. One option is this. If this is not accessible, as it's not for me, I like to put my feet like so. One ankle above the other one. And then having a block under my knee. And it gives me a sense of steadiness. Now we're going to do the opposite hand here. Switch the strap to the other side. This is another option that we can do here. Just holding the strap. This is the first option. If this is not accessible, if this is more comfortable for you, you can stay here. Another one is to send the hand up behind your neck and then grab the elbow. Breathe. Forward. Wiggle the ankles. You feel it in friends and goes behind. We'll do one more opening pose before Shavasana. I'll give you two options in here. Move everything to the side. You're gonna need for the second option you need your bolster and a blanket and a block. For the first option, you want to grab one of your blankets like so. And then you're gonna fold it in 3 times onto the middle, so the long side of the blanket. place it on the mat like this. Like, look at. I'm going to show you with ends section here. Once you have your mat like once you get like this, you can run the other one just like this. This is the dolphin strap. You just do this, you place it on top. And you want to do here, sorry, I'm just going to use something. And you want to do here, just leaning back, relaxing, like so. And you open up your arms and stay here. This is a gentle variation of T-shaped arm opening. Try it out, see how that feels. You need to blend it. Oh, thank you. You want to rest your shoulders here and here. Take this opportunity to start bringing your energy down. Integrate everything we learned today, all smart opening poses. back into place straight on the floor. Put a bolster on your knees. Cover yourself with a blanket. Use a blanket as a pillow. Make yourself comfortable. We'll be here for 8 minutes. I suggest you to have a bolster under your knees. And I will be using the singing bowl to bring you back at the end. come in with some cleaning products for the mat. Take your time to get out as well.